Milady. Ti prego, sì, un attimo di più buon umore.
Did you find anything interesting in those papers?
No.
No, le indagini.
Investigation work takes time, as I'm sure you know.
As I sure you know. Cioè, proprio quella pausa. Oh, madonna, quante botte.
Dunn kept files on the gym's staff and clients. Name, address, and date of birth.
Vediamo se posso collegare quello con il fatto che Arthur aveva fatto le cose razziste. No. Definisci bot. Ho bisogno di tempo per rifletterci. Ok, questo ce l'abbiamo. Non c'è altro che possiamo sapere. Se connetti la cassaforte con i biglietti? Nah. In genere quando posso fare un collegamento mi dà un punto rosso. Mi dà un più. Oh, tu non ti avevo visto.
I don't know why. Something just doesn't add up.
Ting. E basta? Perché? Allora, lui è entrato. È entrato dalla porta sul retro, quindi dal bagno. E ha visto Dan e Coso che litigavano tipo qua. E te? Oh oh. Personia Dan.
Thank you, Mr. BLACKSAD.
Does the postman always leave your mail on the floor?
I don't know, I...
What's wrong?
It's my mother's wedding ring.
Oh oh.
Who had it?
I don't know. My father wore it on his pinky finger after she died.
Not always, apparently.
Will you find out why?
I'll try. But there's something else I'm worried about. This might have something to do with your father's death.
Oh my, yes. It could be. Will you please give me a moment?
Of course.
Sì, mi fai esaminare per favore la... Allora...
Okay. Mary put the wedding ring in the envelope and wrote Sonia Dunn on it. But why did she have the ring in the first place?
Perché se la scopava! Si scopava la moglie di Dan. No!
Dunn an item?
Oh!
Yes?
Feeling any better?
Yeah, I guess. Thanks.
Posso fare un'altra deduzione? Sì. Alexa, basta. Mary e Dan si frequentavano, visto?
What if Mary's birthday is the combination to the safe?
Bling. Adesso colleghiamo questo a quello dei alla rubrica.
And there it was, Mary's birthday, a week prior to that very day.
Pistola, cash, testamento.
I never would have taken done for a gun owner. A few bucks, just petty cash.
Polizza business.
You open the safe?
Yeah, and I think you need to see this. Can you tell me what it says?
All right. I think this might be useful for the investigation, Mr. Detective. He left everything to me, except some boxing trophies and knickknacks that'll go to Bobby Yale.
When was it signed?
It was written 4 years ago, just weeks after I moved to Buffalo.
Do you think Bobby Yale read it before he disappeared?
Maybe.
All right. Thanks.
Whoa, one more!
Yeah, Livo, ciao! Su Persona 5 ho superato la scena del prologo e wow, 2 settimane di inferno e si riposa, mi dia la sua forza. Dai. Vai avanti, Livo, ne vale la pena. Grazie per il sub per il 20° mese di fila, bentornato tra i membri dello Squadrone della Morte. And I'm about to open your leg. Those legs. Non le ho detto ovviamente. È una ragazza fortunata, mi avrebbe detto, beh, che bello, mio padre è morto. Niente di nuovo.
I never asked about the gym's insurance.
That's exactly what I'm reading now. So far, it looks like your standard small business policy.
I think I know who had your mother's ring.
You do?
Andiamo a parlarne prima con
On
lei.
second thought, I don't really know.
Not knowing seems to be one of your strong suits.
Madonna, ti sbatto contro un muro e poi vediamo. Sì, Liv, però te prende per... siccome siamo a dicembre ed è Natale, a Natale siamo tutti più buoni, e a Natale possiamo fare quello che non possiamo fare mai, Twitch ha fatto sì che quando qualcuno fa un sub, regala immediatamente a 5 persone a caso nella chat un emote casuale tra quelle speciali di Natale. In maniera completamente... Chiuso per improvvisa inaspettata morte di Joseph R. Dunn. Sì. Ok. Be gone, thought!
He opened it during the war? That's odd.
Anche chi non era in guerra aveva bisogno di rimanere in forma, eh. Ciao Trinex. Sì, ma la ragazza le fa sangue o lo odia? Un po' tutte e due. Proprio quelle tipo quelle, Chiara. Signorina Mary. Faremo un ringo con la signorina? Sì, molto probabile. Perché qua passiamo al bianco e nero? No, non volevo dedurre io. Notte, Raffa. Nel dubbio, Evelyn! Battona della notte! Io, Skeletor, ho bisogno di scopare immediatamente. Ente. Ciao, Elsie. Buonanotte.
I know you're hiding something.
What?
You know what? You're the only woman who ever called Dunn Joey, except his late wife.
My goodness. I can't talk here. My shift is over in 10 minutes. Can you wait a while?
Can I get a refill over here, Mary?
Coming right up.
Mary. Ah, siamo dall'orologiaio.
Mary
Keyblade!
the angel Joe Dunn found in his golden years.
We'd been seeing each other for almost 2 years. It all started with... well... weekdays I start cleaning the gym at dawn, before my shift at the diner. Joey always came in early, just a little after I got there. He used to say it was the best time for the worst task of the day.
Oh, I know exactly what he meant. Did he help you clean?
No, poor Joey. I would never have allowed that. He did more than enough, would even clean on my days off. Paperwork. He just hated it. But that was just him. Instead of putting off the things he couldn't stand, he did them as soon as possible.
Bravo,
One
uomo.
morning, he saw me crying. I was having a rough day and...
He tried to make you smile.
he pointed at the coffee machine. You need a cup of joe and some fresh air. That was the first of many cups on the rooftop.
Which is where Dunn seduced you.
That word is a bit too much, Mr. Blacksad.
Scusa. Due scelte
You might
avevo.
be too young to understand this, but real love has little to do with seduction. One day, we realized those rooftop coffees were the best part of our day. So we began to spend more time together.
But you never told anyone. Why did you keep it secret?
For Sonia's sake. She and Joey drifted apart after her mother's death. He was afraid that our relationship would only make matters worse. Until one day, on the rooftop, we realized just how serious our relationship was. And we decided to turn those moments into a lifetime.
So he asked you to marry him.
Yes, of course. He gave me the wedding ring and we decided to tell the world. He said he needed to share that happiness with his little girl. Turns out, he wasn't that happy after all.
What about Yale? Wasn't he like a son to him?
Maybe you already noticed, I have a slight cold. I really should be heading home.
Too much coffee and fresh air?
Why? Why would you say that? I lost my scarf a while back, not sure where. And now, if you'll excuse me, that's my bus stop. A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. BLACKSAD.
Non me la conti giusta, signorina. C'è qualcosa che non mi stai dicendo. Non nego la genuinità del loro rapporto, ma c'è qualcos'altro che non mi sta dicendo. BLACKSAD ha fatto la seconda guerra mondiale, sono circa gli anni 50, quindi avremo circa 30-35, quindi sei una puttanazza. Ma come sono collegate le due cose?
Do you remember anything else about the day you found the thingamajig with the springs and the paint can?
Yeah, no. Wait, yeah. Well, no, now that I think of it, no. Hey, pal, how about thanking a good-looking goat with a cigarette?
Madonna.
Of course. Here you go.
Yeah, you think you're not responsible for my pathetic state?
No.
Think you're not to blame?
Ma l'hai chiesta tu?
It's the government that shipped me off to war.
They shipped me off too.
Oh, right. So then you know what it's like to kill too. Well, then another sad hobo shouldn't be a problem for you, Professor.
Yeah, I killed people.
And yet, you don't want to help me die. Wait, but that's not what I wanted to say. Oh, well, you know we goats tend to jump from one thing to another. The government paid for everything. Army fatigues, rations, weapons, lodging at hookers, drugs. Do you know where that money comes from? The taxes! Your taxes, my dear friend. You help them cut my legs.
Ma ero in guerra con te, probabilmente.
They declare war every chance they get, so that the weapon industry that finances their campaigns gets richer.
Non posso, Jack.
And richer and richer. So, the slightest connection with corruption turns us into accomplices. Unless one manages to keep at arm's length. That is what I did, my loyal disciple, at the Million-Star Hotel. So, do like your master, the great.
Hey, what's your name? You never told me.
Ok, bye. Cestino niente. E dobbiamo trovare la sciarpa della signorina. Ah! Questo però è da bastardi. Questo è veramente da bastardi. Il fatto che le figurine compaiono in base a quanto hai avanzato nell'indagine. Questo vuol dire che ogni volta te la devi rigirare tutta. È veramente da stronzi. Questo è un altro... È un altro coso. Quello di Bobby Yale. No, è sempre lo stesso di prima, ok. Caso Mirapolis per la Wii? No. Mostriamo con la sciarpa. Andiamo a parlare con lui. Vediamo se lui sapeva qualcosa di... della tizia.
Do you remember anything else about Joe Dunn and Bobby
Quando
Yale's
stacca?
argument?
Non lo so.
No, not really, no. Only Joe yelling. If you do, I'll call off the fight and kick you out of the gym.
Did you know Joe Dunn had a gun in his safe?
No way, man. He hated firearms. Although... when Bobby Yale was a teenager, he went through a crazy phase. Even dropped out of the gym and joined the gang. Nothing serious. Early one morning, he broke in the gym. Joe was already here and caught him red-handed. Bobby pointed the gun at Dunn and ordered him to open the safe. So, Joe opened it and asked Bobby to put the gun aside, leave the gang and start boxing again. I got here 5 minutes later and found Bobby crying like a baby in Joe's arms.
Aww.
Then he just stood up and put on his gloves.
Not all folks are as open-minded as Dunn. I happen to know who painted the lockers. Arthur Tucker.
I knew it. I knew it was him, that bastard. I'm gonna whip the white out of him.
No, 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 è tutto completo, Jay. Andiamo a parlare con la cliente. Malady. Fatemi solo vedere se qua c'è qualcosa. No. Sì, oggi ero libero, Grovai, lo voglio di investigare. Lady. Nessuno novità.
There's something I never asked you about your father's will.
No.
All right. Thanks.
Ah, non glielo posso più dire della tipa?
There's something I never asked you about your father's will.
Vabbè,
Congratulations. You're one lucky lady.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
All right. Thanks.
Ma non gliela voglio far fare l'intervista.
Thanks. That's it for now.
Vai tranquillo, Totem. Nel caso andassi troppo oltre, te lo dico io. Grazie della premura, però.
I don't even want to imagine Weekly falling from up here.
Decisi di proteggere il segreto di Mary quando hai detto di no. Era una scelta senza ritorno indietro. Ah, che sfiga. Vabbè, da un certo punto di vista è anche giusto che sia lei a dirglielo. Però sono il detective, mi ha pagato. Cioè, in realtà non mi ha pagato. Chissà se adesso posso tornare a casa di lui. Magari la sciarpa è lì. Ecco perché si chiede sempre l'acconto. No, non credo, Andrello bello. Vediamo se posso uscire. È sul PC? Sì, lo sto giocando su PC. La fattura!
I'd prefer a yellow Cadillac, but I can't complain.
Magari di qua. Sì, sì, paga in buoni pasto. Sì, ha molto di Green Fandango. Dove sto andando in tutto ciò? BLACKSAD. Era scomparso. Per forza adesso devo chiamare Smirnoff, non ho alternative. Non hai ragione di lamentarti? In che senso? Perché? Spero che il trattamento BLACKSAD venga anche meno, Max.
Smirnoff.
You're gonna like what I have to tell you about the Dunn case. I found racial slurs painted on the lockers at Dunn's gym. He was pretty open-minded about racial issues. Maybe his death had something to do with that.
John, half of the crimes in this city have racial
sono
ramifications,
contento.
unless you have solid proof that it wasn't suicide. My hands are tied.
I think I have a new lead on the Dunn case. I went to Yale's place and ran into O'Leary's men. They were waiting for him.
Ah, well, it's only normal. They run an illegal gambling operation. If a fight's canceled, they lose money. I'd love to take a swing at O'Leary, but we can't base the case on a hunch.
I'm not finished yet. I think I have a new lead on the Dunn case.
Ma chi se ne frega del fatto che... vendere così un amico? Sei stato tu a dire di pagare a caso finito quando è venuto nel tuo ufficio, ma poi lamentate del fatto che non ti è ancora pagato. No, no, lo so, Chiara. Era un collegamento sul... È la mia cliente, dovrei dirlo, è quello che scopro. Però in effetti non mi ha ancora pagato, quindi posso permettermi qualche cosina da non dire. Bene, in effetti zero. Allora, dobbiamo trovare... Cioè, l'unica cosa che dovrei cercare adesso è la sciarpa della tipa. Perché non posso andarmene di qui. Magari qua adesso mi dà qualcosa di nuovo, visto che mi ha detto
What
di...
exactly was he saying?
Something like, if you do that, I'll call off the fight and make sure you never set foot in this gym again.
Basta. Magari dalla capra. Proviamo a tornare dalla capra. Non era qua l'ingresso. Era di là. Magari adesso che si è addormentata, dici. Vabbè, prima era cieca, non è che... Però in effetti dobbiamo recuperare i bracci. Qui non c'è niente. Magari lui ha la sciarpa. No. Comunque non ci posso interagire. Il tizio è addormentato. Quindi niente, Nisba. Vediamo se in fondo al vicolo c'è qualcosa. Nope. Ma che cazzo gliene può fregare il fatto che il tizio che si è impiccato aveva una relazione con la tipa? Cioè, una volta ottenuto quello, cioè, mi sembrerebbe un po'... Ciao Maui, tutto bene? Mi sembra un po' tipo... poi è successo questo. John, che cazzo me ne frega a me? Cioè, che io sappia non è illegale avere una relazione con un vedovo. E avrebbe ragione. Quello, cioè, non avrebbe molto senso dirglielo. Io lo dico solo perché non vedo molte alternative al momento, ma... Hello, potion seller. I must go to battle. And I need only your strongest potion. My potions are too strong for you, traveler.
You're gonna like what I have to tell you about the Dunn case.
Jake.
A close friend of Dunn's works for O'Leary.
You mean that gorilla? Your ex's bodyguard? We know. O'Leary is a respectable citizen. Until we prove otherwise. So there's nothing wrong with him hiring a bodyguard.
Visto?
You're gonna like what I have to tell you about the Dunn case. Dunn and the gym's cleaning lady were about to get married.
Great. Call What's News. They'll know what to do with such an incredibly interesting piece of information.
The combination on Dunn's safe was her birthday. He even gave her a ring. You know, your typical suicidal bliss.
Okay, I'm still not convinced. But I might have something for you.
Beh, però in effetti, sì, no, ha senso. Ha sensissimo, certo. Uno che sta per sposarsi non si suicida. Oddio.
Life is off and off key, like a bad song. The notes come together but feel flat, unable to create anything resembling music. And yet, there are ways to string them together to create harmony. Ways that are not always entirely in our hands.
Smirnoff, doggo. Sì, è un
You
pastello
look
tedesco.
tired, John.
I can't help it. It's just the way we cats are.
Well, I can't help but be glad to see you. Yep, I'm beat. I'm starving. Just got back from the annual police medical. Not only did I have to fast, but I also had to chug 2 enormous glasses of water. John, you alright?
I've had better days, and I'll have them again, I hope.
We both deserve to. The thing is, I'd love to help you out with this case, but I can't. You know I work for the state of New York. If I had any information, I couldn't share it with a private eye. Even if it was lying on top of this table.
You said you were starving. Why don't you go to the counter and order something?
Yeah, sure, good idea.
Che bastardi che
If
siamo.
you'll excuse me.
Ah, grazie Smirnoff. Noi siamo bastardi e Smirnoff è un good boy. Caso numero 1, team medico B3. Joseph Richard Dunn. Male, vedovo, è una lince, marrone scuro, 47 anni, 74 kg per 1,69 m. 1900 qualcosa, 19 ottobre alle 7 del pomeriggio. Asfissia violenta, meccanica. Asfissia meccanica violenta provocata da una corda intorno al collo. Il collo presenta 4 segni particolari per tutta la circonferenza provocati dalla suddetta corda. Nocche gonfie e leggermente lese sulla mano destra del soggetto, probabilmente a causa di un trauma recente. Un pugno.
Interesting.
Esame interno, non è stata eseguita un'autopsia interna in quanto le prove esterne fornivano dati sufficienti. Fosse stato avvelenato, deficienti.
Now that I think of it, I better eat at home. It's healthier.
Tu hai una bellissima moglie da cui tornare, Smirnoff.
Thanks.
Truth is, John, it all seemed clear to me before, but now? Please, promise me you won't take the law into your own hands.
Tranquillo.
I'd like to think we're not just vigilantes.
Sure, you can trust me. I give you my word.
All right. In any case, keep me posted, will you?
Friend, you can count on it.
Take care, John.
Quanto mi
As
piace
always,
Smirnoff.
Smirnoff had given me new, potentially relevant information. Not to mention second thoughts. When an old dog like him gets that serious, one must be prepared to bite.
No. Che fosse questo? Ah no, peso 74 kg per 1,69 m. C'è qualcosa che non torna. Troppo basso. No, a me personalmente non piace la voce che hanno dato a BLACKSAD. Smirnoff è quel cane che vorresti sempre in giro. Sì.
I'm much taller than Dunn, and I can barely reach the noose. There's no way Dunn hanged himself.
Già.
Not on his own, at least.
No. He fought. No. Però era. Danno era abbastanza alto. 4 segni diversi col collo. Probabilmente era con Dan, voleva annullare l'incontro. Ma anche se non vedo come possa essere collegato. Certo. Arma del diritto.
Bobby Yale. I don't know if you had a motive to kill Dunn, but you certainly had the murder weapon.
Il litigio.
Christ. Did Yale kill Dunn just because he wanted to call off the fight?
I always knew Bobby had issues,
Issues.
but I never thought he'd go that far.
I couldn't say. In my line of work, you really shouldn't jump to conclusions.
But the chest expander, the box in his locker, the marks on my father's neck. It all leads to him.
Right, she's got quite a booty.
In any case, that doesn't change a thing.
It does, actually. Now we know he didn't kill himself.
My father's still dead, and you still haven't found Bobby Yale.
Oh. Un attimo.
Nothing has changed. Opening the safe and finding my father's will won't help us achieve anything. So please hurry. Time's wasting.
Sonia's indifference never ceased to amaze me. But most importantly, why was she so opposed to Yale?
They hate a relationship? Maybe?
John BLACKSAD?
Sì.
I think I owe you an apology.
Ah, early.
Do I know you? I don't seem to remember your face.
Well, maybe you remember my boys. I'm so sorry they wrinkled your suit. The thing is, they didn't know we shared a common goal. Bobby Yale. I want to find him and get to the bottom of this as much as you do, Mr. BLACKSAD. So please, kindly accept my invitation. Why not share our findings? Come on.
Of course. You don't mind me riding in this fancy car with a wrinkled suit, do you?
Aw, I think you look mighty dapper, Mr. BLACKSAD. Although, if those wrinkles were to rub off on me...
Ma sì,
I always play
arma da
it nice
fuoco.
and safe.
Arma da fuoco in pieno giorno, ma sì. America. Sì, in America comunque non puoi tirare fuori il ferro così dal nulla.
Thank you, BLACKSAD. You won't regret this. So let's cut to the chase. I need Bobby Yale to fight Stone. There's just too much money at stake. So, I'm offering you my help to find Yale. Let's work together.
What kind of help do you need?
A simple exchange of information. You're a good detective, and I, well, let's just say I have my own ways of making people talk.
I think I'll have to pass this time.
Why? What? Do my own ways scare you? Please, hear me out. Let's say I bet a beer that we find Yale in 3 days, and you bet a beer that we don't. In 3 days, one of us has to buy the other a beer. Is that so bad? We're simply 2 grown men using our money and free will to conduct a small private exchange. And most importantly, we're not hurting anyone. So, yeah, I run a gambling business. What's so bad about that?
It's illegal for starters.
Illegal? Let me tell you what should be illegal. The way
Should
our
doesn't mean
government
it
is
is.
ruining America. We live in a so-called free country, a place where honest people can make a living, provided they don't hurt anybody. We're not communists. Well, at least I'm not.
I would have never thought otherwise. As for me, I'm not either.
Ha! Well then, you see, we're all among friends. In any case, that's not my point. The government betrays our nation's values by passing communist laws that forbid an honest man like me to make a living without hurting a soul. And that, Mr. BLACKSAD, is just wrong. I'd even say it's unconstitutional.
Ah, no,
You
non
get my
proprio.
point now?
No.
Okay, but that doesn't justify what you do for a living.
Oh boy. Did you hear anything I just said? Anyway, when the government passes these laws, there's only one legitimate weapon the people can wield. The same weapon that turned America into a great nation. Civil disobedience. So, as the proud American that I am, it's my duty to disobey.
Quanto fluff.
You're bending the truth to justify organized crime.
Oh no. It might have been organized crime, but not anymore. I wasn't always a boss, you know. No, sir. I started at the bottom, when Lucky Blitzen ran the show. That good for nothing. His was a reign of terror, extortion, violence, you know, that sort of unpleasant thing. When I took over, I decided I'd make people want to do my bidding. Not out of fear, but out of gratitude. I decided to help people so they would help me.
That beating your thugs gave me was really helpful. Thank you so much.
Those poor bastards didn't even know you were a detective, that you were on our side.
Maybe at first, but when they tied me up and beat the socks off me, they knew very well who I was.
Seriously? That goes against my rules. Who was it?
Yeah, the 2 of them.
Bastards. But don't you worry. I'll have a talk with those 2. I cannot tolerate this behavior. Please accept my apologies, Mr. BLACKSAD. You see, a lot of people work for me. Many families depend on my business. Not only that, St. Christopher's Hospice practically lives on my donations. The widows
Not the
of my
Jack.
late employees are set for life. Their kids get free schooling. The cops leave me alone because they know my business doesn't hurt anyone. On the contrary. And,
Okay, I
looks like
believe
we're
you.
here.
Però, quello che cazzo ti pare, ma non ti aiuto. Non dico ti denuncio alla polizia, ma non ti aiuto. Ok, boomer. Non esistevano ancora i boomer.
Yale's apartment?
Cioè, sono nati
Told you
esattamente
I'm
in
on
questi
your
anni.
side. Go ahead, search the place. I'll wait down here. When you're done, maybe you'll change your mind and share your findings with me.
Mhm.
Or not. It's your call, Mr. BLACKSAD. I'll make sure you're suitably compensated. Colbert! Wilson!
È la versione da boomer dei boomer.